Caps win 6-3 over the Columbus Blue Jackets, close out their first round series in 6 games. So whoever had Caps in 6 on their bracket, congrats. That game was super fun and also crazy. So let's get started. I don't know what my makeup's doing. I don't know what my face is doing. I don't know what my hair is doing. Let's just do it. By the way, yes, I had coffee. 6 games, 4 of which went to freaking overtime. So yes, I had coffee during the game again. First of all, I just want to mention that there were 0 penalty minutes served by either team in the first period. Good job, boys. All of you. I can afford to be gracious to the Columbus Blue Jackets in this video. I was like, this is the world's longest first period. It's been 84 years. But 12 minutes and 12 seconds into the first period, Caps have really sustained zone time in the offensive zone, so defenders are on a really long shift. They're really tired. Obviously, Panarin in particular is dead on his skates. Chandler Stevenson goes into the corner to dig a puck out, bumps it to Matt Niskanen, who goes cross-rink to Dmitry Orlov, who holds, negotiates around Artemi Panarin and fires a huge shot. Bob had no chance. It was a bomb. It was the bomb. I'm telling you, Dmitry Orlov only knows how to score sexy goals. And nothing else happened in the first period. There's a lot of 200-foot game going on, a lot of shifts back and forth across the ice for both teams, but I thought that the Caps played really well at team defense. Going to the second period, Nick Foligno opens up the second period scoring at 8:40. So we're tied 1-1. 12 minutes and 50 seconds into the second period off of an extended shift again in the offensive zone with beautiful puck movement, crisp passing. Christian Djoos corrals the puck for Brooks Orpik, who just fires a shot in on net. Bob makes a pad save, but there's a nice big juicy rebound out to his left that Alexander Ovechkin just pops a backhand on, and it's in the back of the net. Woo! Caps are up 2-1. So remember how there were no penalties in the first period? Made up for that. 17 minutes and 10 seconds into the second period, Seth Jones goes off for 2 minutes for holding Alex Ovechkin. The Caps get into their classic setup that they've had for most of the season with Evgeny Kuznetsov down low, drawing defenders down low, him and Nicholas Backstrom going back and forth. He pops it back to John Carlson, who doesn't hesitate, just on a tee straight into Alexander Ovechkin's wheelhouse. That big one-timer from The Office. Who's gonna stop it? Not Sergei Bobrovsky. It's in the back of the net. Caps are up 3-1 heading off for the second intermission. 3-1 is good, but it's still a 2-goal lead, which we have blown a couple of times in this series. Once again, I needed to chill. Coming back for the third period, 2 minutes and 25 seconds into the third period, Pierre-Luc Dubois scores mainly because the Caps stopped skating because there was a giant missed trip on Christian Djoos behind the net. Unfortunate that there was a missed call. Guys, please don't stop skating. That was a terrible missed call. But you know what, guys, don't stop skating to complain about the missed call and then PLD scores, okay? Don't do stuff like that. Thanks. But you know what? It's okay, because less than 2 minutes later, DSP wins a board battle, pops it out, chases it down the boards, outruns every defender, is just absolutely gone on this breakaway, picks his spot in that top corner, shoots glove side, and just blows past Sergei Bobrovsky. DSP didn't have the world's greatest training camp, but damn am I glad he came in on a PTO. I mean, I know that we sort of knew that he was a playoff guy and like he takes his game to another level in the playoffs. I had heard that about Devontae Smith-Pelly. Okay. Holy crap. That puts the Caps up 4-2. Okay. The nerves are starting to go down. 4 minutes and 39 seconds into the third period, Christian Djoos gets called for 2 minutes for interference with Nick Foligno, which, shorthanded. No problem, because what happens is that Jay Beagle strips the puck from Alexander Wennberg right at the blue line, pops it up in the air, which springs Chandler Stevenson, who turns on the wheels and shows off a little of his stick handling right there in front of the net to go 5-hole on Sergei Bobrovsky. What just happened? That was incredible. The Caps are up 5-2, less than halfway through the third. At 8:22 into the third period, Nick Foligno scores on a failed crease clear. Oh. Guys, the next 9 to 10 minutes, it really looked like the Caps were playing on their heels, and I admit to yelling at them to get out of the defensive zone, not to turtle. But you know what? What was really happening with a little distance and without that fear of a heartbreaking loss, what happened was that they were withstanding a huge push from a hungry team desperate to keep their season going. I'll tell you what, I can't be too mad at it. There were guys out there blocking shots, just working their hardest. And I am not the world's biggest fan of Brooks Orpik, but Brooks Orpik took 2 pucks in the general vicinity of his genitals. So, you know what? Respect. The Caps played a solid 8 to 10 minutes like that, because at 3 minutes remaining in the game, John Tortorella pulls Sergei Bobrovsky from the net, and then the Caps were playing 6-on-5 with 14 seconds remaining in the game. Jay Beagle again strips the puck from a Columbus Blue Jacket, and it's picked up by Lars Eller, who handles it a little bit, sights on the empty net, and just fires from way downtown. 6-3 is the final score. The Caps have wrapped up their first round series in 6 games. So those of you who had Caps in 6 in your bracket, all right, you know what? Actually, before we talk about the Pittsburgh Penguins, which we will just a little bit, I want to talk about the story of this series. Like I said earlier, I can now afford to be gracious to the Columbus Blue Jackets, but I believe I said it coming into the series that the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Washington Capitals were extremely evenly matched. And you know what? Those are 2 damn good hockey teams. People have been making this out to be the mediocre series. Bull. Both teams went out there every night, played their hardest. 1-goal games, overtime games, double overtime games. And by the end, by game 6, the Caps dominated. The Caps dominated play for an awful lot of the series. Whether that resulted in success or not is another story. You know what? I said the other day that I missed last year's first round series against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Quick sidebar. They forced a game 7 tonight. Way to go, Leafs babies! This one was just as fun. More nerve-wracking. Just as fun. Okay. Let's do it. Let's talk about the Penguin in the room. I'm going to quote my friend Lindsay. This iteration of the Washington Capitals can absolutely beat this iteration of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Whether they will or not is another question. But guess what? I'm hype. What do we say? Bring it on. Bring me Sidney Crosby. Bring me Evgeny Malkin. Bring me Phil Kessel. Bring me Matt Murray. Bring it on. My bracket, I have Caps in 7. We won't have to worry about Fleury unless and until we get to the final. I want to beat them. I want to beat them so badly that it makes me feel a little woozy. Y'all, I'm hyped. Bring it on. Alexander Ovechkin said when he was asked after receiving one of the stars of the game about upcoming Pittsburgh Penguins series, and he said, "Can't wait." Me either. Bring it on. This has been Kate, your Salty Caps fan. That was a damn good series. Now then, bring it on.